Okay guys, I'm going to show you where we left off. I can get in my chair. I'm going to show you where we left off. Let me put my bifocals on. Where we left off, where I was going to try and show you how to bind off to make the round loom hat. Okay, so where was I? How did that get over? Okay, this is where we are. I'm going to take, instead of starting where this peg is with this loop, I'm going to start where the working yarn is and take it and move it over to here. You guys see that? I moved it over to the one with the peg. This peg here is empty now. You can see what I'm doing is decreasing the stitches, and then I'll take the bottom loop and hook it over, so now it's only one loop on there. Then I move over to the next one and put it over here on that one, and then you can see it's an empty one, so I got an empty here and I empty there. Then you go all the way around to the next one, decreasing the stitches. As you can see, there's no loop on there, so you can see it's being decreased. And then as you go all the way around, you keep, as you move them over, you just loop it over, sealing the stitch. Then I go to the next one, move it over, catch it under the loop down here, and loop that over. Then I move, see there's no stitch there, so I'm decreasing. So I'll do that all the way around, and hold on as I do that, and then I'll show you what's going to happen next. And if you're not following me on that one, just rewind the video so you can see where I started and what I'm doing to decrease. Each one, I go to the next one, move that stitch over, then always you gotta loop it over so it only be one loop left over. So as I'm going around, see all my empty pegs? That's because we're decreasing the stitches. So let me go on and finish. Doing this so I can show you the next steps. I'll just quickly finish this up. Hopefully my camera doesn't cut off. So I'm just going all the way around to the next stitch, decreasing my stitches. Watch it over and over. If you're not catching on exactly what I'm doing, just watch the video, rewatch the video to help you along. And as I found out, some of these looms might not be equal in number, so you might wind up with maybe two loops left together where it's no empty peg, excuse me. Some of them might, you might wind up like that, but that's all right because you're going to take your working yarn and you're going to just go through all the loops anyway, so it don't matter if you do have extras on there, extras left over. You don't have an empty peg, rather. It's okay because you're going to stitch through the loop anyway. Okay, let me see now. Like I said, I wound up, let me see. Yep. So I'm left with two loops on here, but that's alright because if I did, that's alright. So I did leave two loops, that's okay. So what I'm going to do, like I just decreased, as you can see I have a lot of loops missing off the peg, so that means I decreased. So what I'm going to do now is wrap around the outside of the loom all the way around till I get back to the front, to the peg. And then I'm going to go around a little bit more, because this time I want to make sure I have enough yarn to sew with my needle. And now I did that, so I'm going to cut it now. We got cut yarn here, so what we're going to do now is take the working yarn. It's on the outside. As you can see, I got it on the outside. It can go, let me see. You can put it underneath the loop, the working yarn, underneath the loop on the outside. And what you're going to do is go down with your needle, with your loop tool. Go down under the loop, go down through the loop, excuse me, and pick up the yarn and pull it all the way out. And you can leave it on here, or you can take that off because it's stitched. Now, I took it off, but you don't want to take all of them off because you want something to hold until you get all the way around. So leave a couple of them on here so you know the yarn don't be all flimsy around. So I go to the next one. Underneath there, I go down. Wait, let me hold it. You can use two hands. You don't have to struggle. Okay, so I'm going down through the loop, to the top of the loop, the next loop on my loom, and pull the yarn through. And I'm going to do that all the way around. Oops. Go down through the top of the loop, pull that yarn around and hold it around the loom so you can work easier. Just keep it around there so you handle it easier. So I go straight down and turn the hook upward so that I can pick up. Do it as easy as you can. Don't panic. Just take your time. All you're trying to do is just get the yarn through the loops. Now you can take a couple of these off, leave one on there. See how it's coming loose down there because I'm taking them off the peg. See that big old gap right there? But I'm going to leave some on there so it won't be all over the place. Now, I go to the next one. Let me wrap that back around there. Stick my needle down through the loop and pick up the yarn. Don't panic. Pick up the yarn and you can take your hand and finish pulling it all the way through. All you're doing is looping the yarn through. I think we missed one. Wait a minute, I missed the loop here. No panic, no worries. I'll just put that back on there carefully, slowly. And then go back to the one I missed. Wrap that back around. Take my hook, go down the top of the loop, and then stretch out a little bit, and then lift up the yarn and just, you can take your hand and just pull it through the rest of the way. Release it. And you're just pulling it through the loops. Now let me finish doing this and I'll show you guys what's gonna happen next for my camera cut off. I find this very, very relaxing. Take my loom hook down through the top of the loop, grab the yarn through it. I'm just looping the yarn through because after it's all done, you're gonna see what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a drawstring to pull all the loops together at the top. So it'll be closing up the hole at the top of your hat. That's all. No scary stuff here. It's all relaxation. Just take your time and don't panic. I'm almost there. Keep that over there. Just remember what you're doing, going down through the top of the loop just to bring your yarn through, and then you can pull it off the peg. See how it's falling down? Because I'm not leaving none on there, which would, hold it so it don't just fall down crazy and be, have you panicking. You can leave some on there so it can have something to hang on, and then you would just go over there and just pull it off. Okay, I have 2 more to go. Wow, I love this stuff. I would see people doing this, but I thought it was always so hard. Now they got folks that can work some different patterns in this. You don't have to always have this same pattern. The knit pattern stitch or the purl stitch. They doing, you could it's still gonna be knit and purl, but it's gonna be a different design. You know how stuff got different design. Okay, now see that? Now I've looped I have put this string of yarn, my sewing yarn I'm gonna sew with. Now this is on the right side. What I should have done was turned this on the wrong side when I did that, but it doesn't matter. Don't panic. Just turn it over the wrong side and pull the thread through. There we go. Now we on a stitch that look like pearls. It's pretty on the pearl side too. I like the pearl side too. Now all I did was just draw it together. See how I drew it together like that? It just drawed it up tight. Like that. Now what you do, after you do that, take the end of your yarn, get the needle that come with your set, thread your yarn. It could go like that. Now see, I got enough thread in here, and unlike I did with the blue one. Now all you're going to do is, I know you really probably can't see this, all you're going to do is just sewing is just taking it through the top of the loops. Just go through some loops. The ones that look like lips. And you just sewing that little hole together. You just go through some lips. And you're just sewing the hole closed. You don't have to be perfect or anything like that. Just catch it wherever you see some loops. And like that. And then you want to check and see if it's closing up. Just turn it on the right side and look. And see if it ain't no holes. If you see any holes, like any big old gaps, just turn it back over. But see, you're getting that center part you won't close where that big hole was. But if you see any gaps all on there, just turn it back over and just patiently just go through some lips. See the little lips, the things sit through the little lips, the little loops, and just pull your little thread through gently. You see? Just gently go through the loops as much as you need to close up them little holes. That's all. And that's how you doing your little hat. That's how you close your finish off your hat by sewing the top of it closed by just going through the little loops. And since the yarn is the same color, you can't mess up because it's all the same color. See that? See how neat that look? Look at that little hat. Look at that little cute little hat. Look at that for the little baby head. You got any babies? It's so cute. Look at that little hat. Look at that. Look how easy that was. See how many baby hats you can make for your little grandbabies or your own little baby? Like I said, if it still look like it got too many holes. See, with this red hat, I used 2 things of yarn. Like this is 1 strand I was first looming with. You can double this up and loom with 2. Like you can put 2 yarns together, or even 3 yarns together to make it thick. because this is thin when you do it this way. If you want the pattern to be thick, or you just buy thick yarn, okay? But this is a cute little hat. You guys, my camera did cut off, but just want to say, as you can see, I finished sewing how I showed you guys, and you would cut it off after you do sewing. As you can see, the two pieces of yarn here as when I cut it, and all you do is tie it in a knot. I don't see you can see that too good, the little knot, and then you just clip these long little ends off. Let me clip them. Just clip that off like that. Clip off, and boom, you're done sewing. And then you just turn it back over. I'm gonna put it on this water bottle. Y'all, I turned it back on the right side, but you can, I didn't pull it too tight on top. It looks okay, but as I see what I'm doing, I could have made the little stitches just a little bit tighter so they won't have too big of a loop on top. So I can, like I said, this is beginner work. The hat is cute, so you guys see how easy that was? Same way you would do it if you're working with a bigger hat. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial of how I bind and sew the hat finished product. Thanks for watching. And remember guys, this is beginner looming for all beginners. For all beginners, join my channel and let's loom together. Patiently and not panicking. Thanks for watching.